Okay, so JR said he's ready. Just program here, make sure I'm organized. I don't need any of these. Good. I'm warm. It's okay, but it's not powered up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he said you're not in the shots anymore.
Yeah, that's what I just talked to the camera person about,
okay.
so
I almost started writing on this.
don't do that.
Good evening and welcome to Burman University Awards Night 2025. Most of you should really win an award this evening, I think, because of the weather driving here. But we are delighted to welcome several groups tonight. First, the students, those of you who have worked so hard, and many of you will receive some nice cash scholarships. And it's always nice to have a little cash. We welcome the parents. Some of you have driven a ways to be here. And just a reminder, at the end, there will be some refreshments. There will be a limited supply of sewing needles and thread to sew back on the buttons that from your shirts as they popped, being so proud of your children. Some of you may be or could not be even more surprised than what you'll witness tonight. But it's a delight to have you, delight to have the faculty and staff here tonight to support this special occasion, but more importantly, to have made the difference in each one recipient's studies and lives. And we're so thankful for everything that you do. And we welcome anybody else here that didn't fit in any of those categories. We're most delighted to have you here this evening. We are going to open with prayer, but just before I do that, I want to highlight a special person this evening. We have our Director of Alumni Relations, Mrs. Diane Southcott. She has been doing this for almost 2 decades, and so we have been just more than honored for her to pull together everything that's needed for successful evenings over the years. She came to my office a few weeks back and she said, "I am going to retire." I said, "You're far too young for that," but she insisted she's going to, so this will be her last awards night, coordinating and helping make sure everything runs smoothly. But Diane, I just want to thank you so much for everything you've done. I'm going to invite you to bow your heads with me as we begin with prayer. Father in heaven, we come to you on this day, a little blustery outside, but some very warm feelings inside, and we're excited to celebrate with our students, the recipients of these scholarships, and may you continue to bless them and their efforts as they work towards even greater things ahead, not only in their academics, but also in their life. Be with each one here tonight. We invite your Spirit to be with us. We pray this in your name. Amen.
Thanks, Dr. Agri. That was a little unexpected. I'd like to take the opportunity to add my thanks to Dr. Agri's for all of you for being here tonight and for our donors who have made this night possible. Also, congratulations in advance to the students who will be accepting awards tonight. We're very proud of all of you. There are a few announcements. The presentations will just move along according to the printed programs that you have, so it's a self-running program. And there will be a benediction at the end, and then after that, we would like all of the student recipients to come up to the front, and we are going to get a group photo. And so thank you again, our campus community and friends, for taking the time to be with us tonight, and for those of you that are here in person and online, and to celebrate with us. And so without further delay, I will invite Daryl Huther up to present the first awards.
It's my privilege to kick off this event with the Elvine Skorts Business Scholarship for Future Entrepreneurs. It was established by Elvine in 1993. Elvine has been successfully involved in financial planning with her company Achieve Excellence Investments, which is located in Red Deer. With her interest in money management, it is Elvine's desire that her scholarship be awarded to a promising business major. This year, we are pleased to present 2 Elvine Skorts Business Scholarships in the amount of $1,000 each to Prince Jonel Carl and Kenny Torres.
To give you both of them, sorry about that.
And next we have the Ivan and Helene Crawford Endowed Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 for Maria Rodriguez.
Sorry. No. Oh, no, there's one in between there. Yeah.
The Albert and Emma Ramke Scholarships was established in 1985 in honor of 2 of their daughters who passed away much too young. Albert Ramke was a hard-working man who valued Christian education. It was important to him and his children that his children prepare for a job or for the workforce with a Christian education. And now, 4 generations have been educated here on the hilltop. This year, I'm pleased to present the Albert and Emma Ramke Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Alina Arapetova.
This year, we are pleased to present the Alma Will Memorial Scholarship Award in the amount of $1,000 to Christina Love. The Corey Mikkonen Memorial Scholarship was set up in memory of Marie Bordeaux's son. Corey was a wonderful and passionate man who was broadsided by events in life and died when he was just 22 years old. Despite many challenges, he always did his best throughout school and life in general. He is greatly missed. By setting up this memorial scholarship, the family honors him and recognizes that it will be a tribute to his memory as well as a benefit to a current hardworking student. I am pleased to present the Corey McKinnon Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Melissa Wingwiri. And tonight we are pleased also to present the Florence C. Moline Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to A.J. Frank. The Henry and Harriet Johnson Scholarship was established around 1988. Henry T. Johnson came from Washington, D.C. to be Canadian Union College's first president that has an administrative background in higher education. He had the distinction of serving as president for 14 years, from 1951 to 1965, the longest stay of any president at CUC. This year, we are proud to present the Henry and Harriet Johnson Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Callista Ziakris. She's not here today.
Callista is not here this evening, so we'll make sure she gets her award.
Ideas can lead to health and happiness and community, solutions and relationship. And I believe everyone can have great ideas, and I want our students to believe that as well. And for that purpose, I established a Career Tech Scholarship, and it is to encourage people to think of creative, sustainable ideas, and to influence students to think of ways that they can have a positive contribution to their communities and to the country. This evening, it is my pleasure to award the Career Tech Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Elijah O'Sullivan Amaya.
The award, Zimmerman Scholarship, was established by Elmer and Janet Zimmerman of Vernon, BC, in memory of Elmer's father, Edward. Edward and Lydia Zimmerman were dairy farmers who lived near Leduc for many years. They were committed to Adventist education and regularly attended functions here on campus. This year's recipient of the Edward Zimmerman Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Marian Janelle Bersilis. This year, we are proud to present the Yorton Danileko Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Religious Studies major to Jeremy AJ.
The families of Omolo from Kenya and Gondwe from Malawi have established this scholarship to assist students as they study here at Burman University. Dr. Peter Omolo Otieno provided this information. His dad was totally orphaned in his early years of life, and the only way he was to come out of poverty was to seek education. He attended the only primary school which was 11 kilometers one way from their home. This school was started by Adventist missionaries in Kenya. He became a teacher and later a veterinarian technician. He provided family land to build a primary school, now senior high school, and embraced education in the village. He valued education very much and educated all his children, 18 of them, and Dr. O is the fifth. And his legacy still lives on. This scholarship is to honor his legacy for the love of education. As for my family information, my grandfather never attended any school because there was no opportunity for him to go to school. He did not know how to write and read. It was my grandmother who used to sell thatching grass in order to generate school fees for my dad, who would later become a teacher. I appreciate that my grandfather did not stand in the way of my grandmother's effort, which also paved the way for the rest of the family members to be educated. This scholarship is therefore in honor of my grandfather for not stopping the rest of us from going to school. We are pleased to present the Moses Omolo and Zeluv Gondwe Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Lion King Rwigamba Rema.
Lawrence Ford Memorial Scholarship was established in February 2008. Mr. Ford served as the chair of the School of Business for 9 years. And I'm in my 9th year of this school, serving as chair of the School of Business. Maybe it's time for me to establish my own. Okay. So I'm pleased to present the Lawrence Ford Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Maddie Matthews.
The Young Family Business Scholarship was established for two reasons. The first is to thank Burman University for 21 years of service. Years that were academically and intellectually stimulating and enriching, as well as challenging, but rewarding. Thank you. The second reason is to encourage and inspire accounting track business students to do their best as they prepare for an accounting-related career. Tonight, I am very pleased to present the Ng Family Business Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Sandra Glover.
Good evening. I am pleased to present this Education Award to a very worthy student on behalf of the Provincial Chapter of Alberta, IODE. Many of you have probably never heard of this organization, but we are Canada-wide ladies' organization. It's a national women's organization dedicated to enhancing the quality of life for individuals through education support, community service, and citizenship program. This evening, I'm very pleased to present the IOD Award in the amount of $1,000 to Ruthly Faustin Atismo. I was going to keep it.
Errol Fung, for whom the next award is named, came to the hilltop from Calgary. He graduated from Parkview Adventist Academy in 1991 and then spent 2 years at what was then Canadian Union College. During this time, Errol was a member and later captain of the Acronaires, an experience that inspired him to pursue studies in physical therapy. He went on to Loma Linda University, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree as a physical therapy assistant. Errol's love for the people he served and for the work he did every day was reflected in the degree of excellence he brought to his service. It was often said that he had been gifted with a healing touch that went beyond just theory. On April 6th, 2004, just a few weeks before his 31st birthday, Errol's life was cut short after suffering a brain aneurysm. His Acronaires uniform hangs on the Wall of Honor in our gymnasium. This scholarship was established in Errol's memory by his brother Glenn, who also attended school on the hilltop and now resides in California. It is my privilege to present 2 Errol Fung Memorial Scholarships. The first to Hope Southern. The second award, both of which are in the amount of $1,000, is for Erin Park.
Good evening. I'm happy to present the Everett Dick Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Michael Van Donkeler. While Dr. Bruce Butler was attending Loma Linda University in the early 1970s, he became friends with Dr. Elwood McCloskey, who taught in the physiology and biology departments. When Dr. McCloskey's father died, he left money for his son to use for Christian education. This gift to CUC or Burman is meant to help a biology major. Tonight, we are pleased to present the William McCloskey Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Samantha Dubena.
It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of my brother Landon Ritchie and my sister Lynn to present the first annual Claire Ritchie Memorial Scholarship. At 17 years of age in the 40s, she attended here for 1 year at Canadian Junior College expecting to graduate. However, she did not have enough classes, had to leave that to BC, and never did graduate. To be near family, Claire and her husband Don returned to Lacombe in 2009, where Claire, bothered by never having graduated, decided to go back to school. She completed her grade 12 and graduated with the class of 2013 at the age of 85. She then continued her education, taking the free university class every term for the next 4 years, before returning to BC in 2017 and living a busy life until her passing in 2023. Claire was a unique individual, was self-taught musician, excelled at piano, organ, voice. She was also an accomplished artist with charcoal and paint, as well as clay and ceramic. Even in her last year, she organized and led out in evening hymn singing in her independent living facility. She very much enjoyed her classes taken here and established many student and faculty friendships. She would be exceedingly happy to see a deserving student receive this scholarship. I'm honored to present the Claire Ritchie Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Michael Isabayre.
Canadian Junior College, Canadian Union College, Burman University. These three institutions, who are all one, have been blessed to have several best family members attend over a long span of time. And they've been terrific and strong supporters of Christian education for their children and other relatives. 100 years of grace-best life certainly provided a wealth of support to many individuals in their journey through life. So we're grateful for the establishment of this scholarship in Grace's honor and the great blessing it has been to so many students over the last 35 plus years. This year, we are proud to present the Grace Best Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Pasha Grant. The Ramon Security Scholarship was established in 1986 by Gary Simpson, who worked 6.5 years in the security department here on campus. And this scholarship was named for George Ramon, who also worked in the security department. George is also a portrait artist, a member of the weightlifting club, and enjoyed being physically fit. In 1978, however, after just a short time of pastoring in the Atlantic Union Conference, he died of cancer at the young age of 40. The purpose of this scholarship is to honor and encourage those who are not always in the spotlight. They're often in the dark, wandering around our campus, but keeping it safe. So those who work in the security and custodial departments, and this year, the award of $1,000 goes to Seth Ethelford.
Clarence and Burl Grosso would love to be here this evening. However, they live in Edmonton. And as you can see, it's not a pleasant drive from Edmonton. So they asked if I would present these awards this evening. In the early 90s, the Grosso Educational Endowment was established by the proceeds from the estate of Yvonne Grosso under the executorship of Clarence. Later in 2007, Clarence and his wife Burl set up another Grosso Scholarship. Both scholarships benefit religious studies students. This year, they are pleased to present 3 Grosso Scholarships in the amount of $1,000 each, too. And if you'd hold your applause until I mention all 3 names. Bonto Kusi, Christian Belinsky, and Norman Gamble. Please come forward. You're Norman. We don't have the other young man.
Good evening. I don't hear you. Good evening. So I'm here to present the Shannon Blabby Memorial Scholarship was set up by her family after her untimely death. As you are aware, Shannon was the dean in the dormitory, and his purpose is to assist a Burman student who is juggling university and work commitments. She is actually, her daughter is actually my daughter-in-law. So tonight, I'm honored to present the Shannon Blabby Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to, I stop, Adrian, L-O-V-E, Love.
Apparently, Christian Belinsky is here. So unfortunately, Gerald just left because he had another engagement, but I can present it and get a photo if you want. So come on up.
The scholarship is in memory of my Uncle Willis, who served many years as Bible teacher, then director of student finance, and Bible and driver ed teacher, and fearsome ping pong competitor. Students were the center of all he did at Burman. Over the years, he and Aunt Millie welcomed many students having difficult times into their homes to live with them for months at a time. His affection for students did not end with retirement. In later years, he liked to reminisce about his former students. He recalled how the late emeritus professor Ruben Lorenzen, then in Uncle Willis's 9th grade Bible class, was always a good boy. This evening, I am pleased to present the Willis Clark Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Julia Butt.
The Dr. June Peter Fiorito Memorial Scholarship is funded by June's loving husband, David, in February 2023 in memory of her lifetime of service as an educator, administrator, and mentor to students. June spent many years on the Hilltop campus doing her best in her quiet way to encourage others to achieve their goals. Her message to future teachers was this: set your goals high, dream big dreams. She also loved tending to and enjoying her gardens and flowers, as well as traveling the world. This scholarship is in honor of Dr. Fiorito, who served in the School of Education for 25 years and gave hope to the dreams of many. I am pleased to be part of honoring Dr. Fiorito by presenting the Dr. June Peter Fiorito Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Crystal Howell. Crystal is not here. She will receive it at a later date. The Wumbold Family Scholarship was set up with monies donated by the late Martha Wumbold Krenzler. Martha was a strong supporter of Christian education. With the assistance of her son and daughter-in-law, Ron and Lorraine Wumbold, it was decided the award should be given to a deserving education major. Tonight, I am pleased to present the Wumbold Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Andrea Nichols. Crystal is here. Please come forward, Crystal.
In 1981, when I graduated from then CUC, one of the things that I valued the most was the opportunity to be part of leadership programs on this campus. So eventually, when I started my business, I wanted to honor Burman for what it had done for me by honoring students who are involved in leadership. So this award is presented to a student who has demonstrated leadership excellence on the campus of Burman University. We are pleased to present the Advanced Systems Award in the amount of $1,250 to Danisha Cooper. The Emily Schaefer Scholarship was established in 1984 by Emily when she received the Honorary Alumnus of the Year award. Over the years, many members of the Schaefer family have added to the scholarship, and she was known as Grandma Schaefer around here. My wife, Candy, is granddaughter to Grandma Schaefer, and so is Ron Schaefer. Grandma Schaefer had 13 children, and I'm glad my wife didn't have that idea. But she sacrificed for all 13 of them to be able to come to Burman. Her love of Burman and music were evident to all who knew her. So this evening, it is my pleasure to present the Emily Schaefer Scholarship Award in the amount of $1,500 to Lafika Moisi. I'm standing here for Dr. Cliff Tim and some of his family members who are not able to be here. The Annie G. Tim Education Scholarship was set up by Annie Tim, who graduated in 1933 from Canadian Junior College. Her husband died as a result of a farm accident in 1947 after just 6 years of marriage. She taught school in the public system while raising her family alone. Annie appreciated the value of hard work and instilled this quality in her children. She also valued Christian education and ensured that her children attended Christian school. It was her desire to make Christian education attainable for other young people, and it was that desire that laid the groundwork for this scholarship. I'm happy to present this Annie G. Tim Education Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 to Carla Kucher.
This evening, I'm pleased to present the Clarence and Ruby Lindgren Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 to Eli Post.
In 2020, the Edith Fitch Memorial Volunteer Scholarship was set up in recognition of the life of my aunt,
and my great aunt,
Edith Fitch.
Her life of service began with 8 years of teaching in the public school system, starting in a one-room school, and was followed by 33 years of teaching in the Adventist system, many of them just across the street at CHCS.
In addition to her teaching, volunteering in the church and community were always integral to Aunt Edith's life.
And after her retirement, she spent almost 20 years volunteering in the Burman Archive Department. And that was a total of almost 20,000 hours of volunteer time.
The scholarship we are presenting was established in her honor to recognize a student who, in addition to their full-time studies, has also been an active participant in service on or off campus.
And we are pleased tonight to present the Edith Fitch Memorial Volunteer Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 to Elijah Omaya O'Sullivan.
My parents, Ernie and Sylvia, set up the Ernie and Sylvia Markowski Scholarship to benefit a music or business major. My parents met as high school students here on this hilltop, and my dad furthered his education at Union College in Nebraska, and on one occasion, when he returned to the hilltop for a musical program, he was pleased to meet Sylvia again. 1 year later, they married. After their marriage, Ernie went back to school. He and Sylvia recognize the financial difficulty that students can face from their own past experience. My dad worked many hours to make ends meet during those education years and eventually received his MA in business from the University of Nebraska. Early in my parents' lives, they spent some hard-earned money on an organ, which allowed my mom to pursue her love of music and teach organ lessons. Since then, the Markowskis have always had a musical instrument in their home. I think that was somewhat, yes, foreseeing of them. This evening, I am happy to present the Ernie and Sylvia Markowski Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 in absentia to Elena Kiono. The Joseph and Helen Solly Family Scholarship was established in 1996, and these are my maternal grandparents. In 1952, Joe Solly accepted the position of chef at CUC, and so with their 5 children, including my mom, they moved to Alberta, where Helen became his able assistant. And I happened to live right across the road from where my mother used to live. After 2 years, Joe was asked to start a furniture factory here, a man of many talents, as you can see, and Helen took over the responsibilities of the cafeteria. This year, I am pleased to present the Joseph and Helen Solly Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 to Wendy Atanga.
So some time ago, I was a sophomore at Union College, decades ago, to be honest. And I was walking past the tennis courts, and this young girl asked if I wanted to play tennis. Well, I had no idea what tennis was, but I said yes. Turns out it led to a lot of love games. Anyway, eventually I asked this young lady to marry me, and she did, fortunately. And now, years later, we wanted to honor our parents that made possible our Christian education. So tonight, we have $1,500 for Ella Schaefer.
This year, we are proud to present the John McKibben Memorial Education Scholarship Award in the amount of $1,500 to Charlotte Linker.
The Dan and Winifred Murphy Scholarship was set up in 2015 by the Murphys. Dan and Winifred both attended CUC High School, graduating together in 1955. Dan continued on for a 2-year junior arts program at the college level, while Winnie took her 1-year teaching training course also here on the Hilltop. They both taught for a time, and Dan finished his denominational work as manager at Camp Hope, retiring in 2002. And in his late 80s, he is still contributing to Adventist education at Okanagan Christian School in Kelowna, helping them out in a variety of capacities, maintenance and so forth. So he's still active. The Murphys said that they set this scholarship up as one way they could give back to the school that they spent some of the happiest years of their lives. Tonight, I am very pleased to present the Dan and Winifred Murphy Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 to Andrew Davis. Charles E. Weniger was an English professor, a seminary dean, and gifted public speaker. He's remembered for his thoughtfulness, his kindness, and unexpected care for individuals. The Weniger Fellow Student Scholarship was established to support students attending accredited North American Seventh-day Adventist colleges and universities, and to challenge them to emulate the qualities of excellence in all aspects of their lives. This evening, it is with pleasure that I present the Weniger Fellows Student Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 USD, being an American scholarship, to Adele Van Donkelaar.
Adventist Care Canada represents the healthcare ministry of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Canada. With 6 long-term care facilities located in Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and just north of us here in Sherwood Park, Alberta, Adventist Care Canada upholds their commitment to care for the approximately 750 seniors of various backgrounds who call these places home. With warmth, compassion, quality nursing, and whole-person care, residents are served by staff and volunteers who provide for their daily needs with dignity and respect. The aim of Adventist Care Canada is to reflect the character of Jesus in the world of long-term care, pointing residents, their families, and staff to the ultimate caregiver. The recipient of this award, who has participated in service in our long-term care centers for this year in the amount of $2,000, is Asia Hofsink. It is also my privilege to present the annual Burman General Scholarship Award, also in the amount of $2,000. This year's recipient is Michelle Luceno.
Four friends sat around a table reminiscing of their time at Canadian University College, now Burman University, grateful for all the leadership opportunities they had and were able to have, and how those opportunities have impacted the lives they live today. One as an occupational therapist, one as a doctor, one who's let every one of you students into this school specifically, and one being the Atamel you all love and adore. The Be Big Leadership Scholarship was established to recognize the efforts of the many forms of student leadership on this campus. It is my honor to present the award in the amount of $2,000 to President Elijah O'Sullivan Amaya. Caroline Ivanenko was born in Manitoba as a farmer's daughter. She attended public school until grade 11 when she came to what was then Canadian Union College and graduated from high school in 1969. She transferred to Andrews University to ultimately graduate first with a bachelor's and then a master's degree in psychology. She joined the faculty at CUC from 1978 until 1988, first as a counselor director and then as department head. Following an 11-year hiatus, she returned to CUC in 1999, this time as Director of Counseling and Guidance. Her career was cut short by a brief battle with cancer, and she passed away on October 22, 2002, at the age of 48. Caroline's focus was to assist students to become the best they could be in whatever career God had gifted them. These two $2,000 scholarships are given in her honor this year to a music major and a biology major here at Burman University. It's my honor to present the awards to Asia Hofsink and Priola Patterson.
The J. Wilfred Johnson Family Scholarship was established in the memory of Wilfred Johnson and his dear wife, Dolly. J. Wilfred Johnson came to Canadian Junior College in 1941 to teach. Since he only had a temporary license, he took classes while working and graduated in 1943. He continued teaching at CJC as well as serving as a registrar until 1946, and then finished his career in the Lacombe Public School System as a vice principal and a teacher. This year, we are proud to present the J. Wilfred Johnson Family Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 to Paulina Mikoliuk.
I'm honored here to be able to present this scholarship on behalf of Cedar Coast Dental, which is given to a deserving student that's working towards a career in dentistry. As a dental practice that prides itself on caring for the communities, Cedar Coast Dental recognizes the importance of education in dentistry. I have had the pleasure to teach the majority of the dentists in this office. In fact, I think 4 out of 5 of them. And they understood the challenges that students face in pursuing their dreams, especially in biochemistry. If you guys don't know, I teach biochemistry. That's why Cedar Coast Dental established a scholarship to support a student who shares their commitment to excellence in oral health care. And this year's student has been selected that stands out for their dedication, academic achievement, and leadership potential. This recipient also has a potential to make a significant contribution to the field of dentistry later on. And Cedar Coast Dental is proud to support their journey by funding this scholarship. The donors wish all the best to this year's recipient, he or maybe her, especially in academics. And they also asked me to ask for a refund if this student doesn't get an A+ in biochemistry in the future. I'm just joking. The award recipient for this year's Cedar Coast Dental Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 is Alana Moore.
Keith and Nari Cloughton set up this scholarship in memory of Keith's parents, Herbert and Pearl. Keith was librarian here from 1979 to 1993. This scholarship is given to a student who achieves academically and has participated in some form of mission service outside of North America. Tonight, I am pleased to announce that the recipient of the Herbert and Pearl Cloughton Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 will be going to Ashley Yap.
The T.E. and Margaret Unruh Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 is going to Ian Druitt.
Pastor Maciel and JR set up the Julio Davila Sr. Memorial Scholarship in honor of our father. The dream of many first and second generation immigrants to Canada is that the hard work and sacrifices they've made in leaving their home countries and beginning a new life here will make it possible a better life for their children and grandchildren, that the time navigating a new culture, language, and life will be worth it over time. Such was the decision that both Maciel's and JR's parents made. Their parents did this for them and for us. Maciel's father, our father, did not live to see the lives one thing I noticed when everybody comes up here is they speak of their loved ones. But here's the interesting thing is that one day your loved ones will get to rewind the tape and see that you actually did set up a memorial fund in their name. So the time of one day will be here soon. So it is the hope of Maciel and JR that this scholarship will make it even more accessible for first and second generation students to attend Burman and carry on their dreams for their families. This scholarship is for such an immigrant student who exemplifies servant leadership on campus and continues the legacies of their loved ones. It is my honor to present the Julio Davila Sr. Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $2,500 to Lidia Cofles Gualtero.
I'm representing Dr. Morley and Wendy Kuchner. They had planned to be here, and Dr. Morley and Wendy loves coming here and meeting and talking with you. And unfortunately, because of the weather, they cannot be here. In 2019, Morley and Wendy provided a very generous donation to fund a variety of scholarships in honor of Morley's parents. The next 6 awards are available tonight as a result of that contribution. There are also 2 additional entrance scholarships that are given out each year to incoming students. We are very grateful for their care and concern for Burman students. I'm happy to present the Richard and Irma Academic and Leadership Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 each to Shanna Yoruba and Denora Tanahu. The academic scholarship for improvement in the amount of $3,000 each will go to Cynthia Gamble and Olivia Benoit. The last two, Richard and Irma Kutzner scholarships in the amount of $3,000 each, are going to Dean Gibson Creary and Gemma Mohima.
Each year, the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Canada, commonly called SDACC, generously funds 2 scholarships for education students. And this year, I am very pleased to present the SDACC Education Scholarships in the amounts of $2,000 and $3,000 respectively to Leanne Marcinek and Jessica Harrington.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lisa Vornbrock, and I'm the branch manager for Service Credit Union here in Lacombe.
And I'm Rebecca McGregor, the assistant branch manager.
It's an honor for us to be here this evening amongst all of you. Our credit union deeply values education and community support, which is why we established an endowment fund with Burman University 6 years ago. Tonight, we have the honor of presenting our $3,000 scholarship to a full-time continuing education student that is very dedicated to their studies.
Choosing the recipient was no easy task, given the extraordinary talents and achievements of all applicants. However, one student's exceptional dedication to their studies has stood out. This year's recipient of the Service Credit Union Scholarship is Abigail Megbago.
Born in Manitoba, Catherine Nickelgraff was the youngest of 10 children. And as a young girl, she watched her mother suffer and then pass away. And at that time made a decision to become a nurse in order to provide comfort and to help the sick. She graduated from Loma Linda University School of Nursing in fulfillment of her dream, and for years served there as the director of the School of Nursing and Nursing Services. Although Catherine never attended CJC or CUC, she had an interest in the school because most of her siblings either attended or worked here or had children who attended. So this year we have 2 recipients for the Catherine Nickelgraff Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 each. They are Bradley Rosendahl and Agatha Wall. Born in the early 1900s, Earl and Josephine MD lived in Big River, Saskatchewan, where they had a thriving business, Big River Apiaries. The MDs set up a trust fund in excess of $100,000 with the Canadian Union Conference, today known as the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Canada. And this fund is managed by a financial broker, and the earnings from the fund are transferred to Burman University for scholarship recipients. This year's scholarship of the Earl and Josephine MD Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 is Naomi Cannon.
This evening, I'm pleased to present the Eugene Clarence Glanzer Scholarship Awards in the amount of $3,000 each to 4 individuals. They are Noelle Ribbett, Hilary Sulit, Karina White, and Gabrielle Manilot. Herman and Grace Trapp were longtime residents of the Lethbridge area and firm supporters of Christian education who were interested in young people and enjoyed spending time with them. Herman was a successful farmer and businessman, as well as an excellent financier. Grace understood good business practices as well, and her talents were a complement to her husband's encouraging ways. Tonight, I'm happy to present the Herman and Grace Trapp Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 to Carson Prinz. Lynn Cater was born with a physical disability and was in a wheelchair all her life. Those who knew her will always remember her as a vibrant, cheerful lady. This scholarship was established by her parents, Anthony and Evelyn, in Lynn's honor. When relatives joined in with donations, the scholarship name was changed to reflect the family Both name as well. This year I'm pleased to present the Cater Both Scholarship in the amount of $3,000 to Maranatha Odong.
It is my pleasure this evening to present the Claude H. Casey Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $3,500 to Jacob Foster.
Tonight, It is my pleasure to present the Religious Studies Endowment Scholarship in the amount of $4,000 to Precious Maseko.
Great, having fun. The next 6 awards, of which I have the privilege of presenting the first, are the academic awards, some academic awards based on academic performance and upon departmental recommendations. So here we go. So I'm very pleased in the BA B-Muse category I'm delighted actually to present the Academic Achievement Award in the amount of $3,000 to Elijah O'Sullivan Amaya.
In the same category of Academic Achievement Award, BBA, BEd, I am pleased to present the award of $3,000 to Sandra Glover.
In the same vein, from the Division of Science, I'm happy to present the Academic Achievement Award in the Division of Science to Kyle Bacalso. I'm also happy to present the Dean's Award of Excellence in the Division of Science to Teresa Bruce.
As Dean of Arts, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to present the Dean of Arts Award for Excellence in the BA B-Muse category in the amount of $4,500 to Arden Brock. And then again, it's a great honor for me to present the Dean's Awards for Excellence in the BBA B.Ed category in the amount of $4,500 to Ariane Russ.
This scholarship was established in 2008 by my sister, Carol Nix, who was a librarian at Burman University at that time. And no doubt she had sat through many of these kinds of events. And so when my mother passed away in 2006, Carol began to envision what it would be like to have an endowed scholarship for my mom, Pat Anderson, and my dad, Alvin Anderson. So she started the scholarship, and over the years, almost 20 different family members have contributed to the scholarship bit by bit. We're not a rich family, we just are committed. And so now I think I can tell you that the scholarship is now at over $100,000. The scholarship, the endowed scholarship is at $100,000. And of that, wouldn't that be great? Don't we wish? Don't we wish? So the interest on that is what makes up this scholarship every year. So it's interesting, maybe to you, to know that my dad nor my mom never attended CJC or CUC or Burman, but of my dad's siblings, 8 of them attended CJC or CUC, and the youngest brother, my Uncle Gilbert, was one of the 3 students who in 1943 was drowned in Lake Barnett. And I'm glad that they don't let you skate there anymore, because that was a terrible accident. And one of my other uncles was actually the dean of men at that time, and he was the one that had to verify that his brother had passed away. My mother was a public school teacher and public school principal for all of our growing up years. We saw Mom and Daddy work together to make sure that we had a good education and that many of our friends also had a good education. So tonight, it's my pleasure to present the Alvin and Pat Anderson Memorial Scholarship Award in the amount of $5,000 to Leanne Marcinik.
The Legacy Scholarship was first funded by a group of medical students at Loma Linda University who had graduated earlier from Burman University. The aim of the fund is to encourage students to pursue their own notable and long-lasting contribution to their school and community. This scholarship exists to inspire students to consider for themselves what legacy they will be leaving behind at Burman University when they graduate. This award is offered in the form of a check as a reward to a deserving and highly qualified student for his or her dedication to making this school and its community an even better place for future students. So this year, the Legacy Scholarship in the amount of $5,000 is awarded to Dania Pandala.
Mary Kurzawati's love of music, Christian education, and this campus prompted her to set up this scholarship to assist a keyboard music student who has used his or her talents in service for the campus and the community. Tonight, I am happy to present the William and Mary Kurzawati Music Keyboard Scholarship in the amount of $5,000 to Olivia Kwok.
The Krause Family Scholarship is another true representation of a family that worked hard, who was committed to sending their children to a Christian school. Frank and Myrtle Krause sent their 5 children, even though they never could attend the school. Frank worked on the school farm and sacrificed many hours to see their children succeed. In his later years, after he finished here, he went to Calgary and he cleaned the 8th Avenue Mall, picking up cans and cleaning the street until he was attacked and robbed. Then he moved here back to be with his family in 1982. And it is also representative of the student who is going to receive this scholarship. Sandra Glover works hard, she is committed, and is involved in service. And I had the opportunity to be with her and some students in Kenya and continued to see her work here in this church. So this scholarship in the amount of $6,000 will be going to Sandra Glover.
The Tinkler Family Scholarship was created to honor the memory of Des and Ruth Tinkler. Des was a farm boy from Saskatchewan. Ruth was a city girl from Edmonton. They met here in the 1930s and married soon after. Spanning 40 years of work with the church, all the way from British Columbia to Newfoundland, they served together in colporteur work, Bible instructor work, evangelism, radio ministry, pastoral ministry, and church administration. During the 1960s, Des was a member of the Burman Board of Trustees. They also left another legacy here. Their daughter, Joyce Van Schiek, was our librarian for many years on campus. But tonight I am happy to present the Tinkler Family Scholarship in the amount of $7,000 to Chloe Lawson. Let's get the right thing. Margaret Ellaway Kaufman is the generous donor of the Dora and Zaker Ellaway Endowed Scholarship, which was set up to benefit a student majoring in biology, psychology, or behavioral science. Margaret lived in Glendale, where she continued to be a longtime supporter of Adventist education and specifically Burman University through this scholarship, as well as through other fundraising initiatives on our campus. And so tonight I am pleased to present the Dora and Zaker Ellaway Endowed Scholarship in the amount of $8,000 to Bronwyn Christensen.
The Legend Scholarship was established in 1998 by David Cadigan, Trevor Cadigan, Robert Clark Jr., Sunil Ilapagu, Ian Lund, and Brad Utman. In establishing the scholarship, it was their desire to continue the legend of CUC, now Burman University. The 6 men, passionately appreciative of the high-quality Christian education obtained at Burman University, desire to give others the same opportunity. Their dream was to provide a full tuition scholarship award. The first award, presented in 1998, was in the amount of $125. As the donors worked toward their dream for the Legend Scholarship, they also realized their own dreams, taking up careers in medicine, dentistry, and the arts. One can only imagine what tremendous impact these 6 men have had in their own communities, let alone on this campus. In recognition of this, in 2007, these gentlemen were jointly honored by receiving the Young Alumnus Service Award presented by past President Andrea Luxton. In 2008, the donors achieved their goal for the Legend Scholarship. This year, the recipient of the award will be the 14th individual to receive an amount covering tuition for a full year. It is a legend of gratitude and generosity. It is a legend of a dream made possible, a dream to give back. This year, I am very proud to present the Legend Scholarship in the amount of $16,320 to the legend, Kyle Bacalso.
And to conclude this evening's scholarship presentations, we will have one final scholarship known as the President's Scholarship. It's based on the generosity of Lovell and Mary Hagel, who throughout their lifetime had a variety of jobs, including teaching, working in maintenance, owners of health food company, logging, and making funeral urns. Lovell became acquainted with a man in the movie business in Hollywood and learned the skills of electronics and sound projection. From this, he developed a hobby of slide presentations, and after he retired, he arranged many presentations with scenic pictures taken during their travels. A percentage of the Hagel estate was designated to our university in memory of the Christian influence of the faculty of Canadian Junior College while they were students. This year, we are proud to present the Lovell and Mary Hagel President's Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 to Joshua Martin.
Well, that concludes our presentations for this evening, and I would like to thank you once again, all of you, for being here. Congratulations to the recipients, and just a reminder that we would like all of the recipients up here for a group photo, and at this time, that will be just after the benediction. And so at this time, I'd like to call up Denisha Cooper to offer our closing prayer.
Please stand. Heavenly Father, we just want to say thank you for all that you have done and all that you continue to do in our lives. Thank you for all the scholarships that were able to be given out, and to all who have received. I pray that you will just continue to bless Burman University and all of us as students and everyone as faculty and staff and everyone who is here. Thank you for all that you've done and all that you'll continue to do, and help us to have a safe drive home with the weather. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.